Warning, this Bleach podcast features many spoilers from the upcoming anime arc 1000-Year Blood War. So if you've not read the manga or you do not want to hear spoilers for the upcoming arc, viewer discretion is advised. Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome to Bleach Boys, episode 3, technically, parentheses.
Technically.
For those of you guys that are new, I watch 10 episodes of Bleach every week as I'm working out, and then I disperse that knowledge to you two about stuff that I've noticed that's a little bit different, things that I didn't notice on the first rewatch, things I'm picking up now with the knowledge of the 1000-Year Blood War arc in mind, and we kind of just discuss that.
Yeah, we just try to see how much me and Jose remember, and we also
And you're watching it dubbed.
I am watching it dubbed, which is a first-time experience for me.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, first time. I have obviously seen, a couple of episodes on, like, Adult Swim or Toonami, but that's about it, but I'm watching it completely in dubbed all the way through. And it's been fine. It's been fine. I haven't had a problem with it.
It's a little freeing to just watch a show without having to read the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
But
reading is rough.
Yes.
But we're going to be doing a lot of reading here. Before I start that, I have a horrible announcement to tell you guys.
Ooh.
I tried. So, Burn the Witch, the new series by Tite Kubo is going on. Okay. I tried to buy some exclusive merch from Japan. Okay. Because Burn the Witch is happening, they brought back merch for Bleach.
Oh,
and they
boy.
brought back merch or not brought back, but made new merch for Burn the Witch.
Okay.
But it's only available for people in Japan. So I have ordered stuff from Japan before, but what you have to do is you have to use a secondary service.
Like DHL?
No. Like the website that I'm particularly using is White Rabbit Express, but there's also Zen Market and things like that, where they basically buy it for you. Then when they get it, it goes to their warehouse, and then they ship it for you to your house.
Gotcha.
Okay, gotcha.
But here's where the problem comes in. I was going to spend about $400.
Fuck! For what, a sweater and a t-shirt?
No, on they had acrylics. They had business cards of all of the people. They had special art, magnets that you could put up.
Ongoing joke
T-shirts.
Did you keep the receipt?
So I put in a fat order. I was like, some of them were mystery, the business card ones were you just get a random selection. So I was I want 10 of those, which is the max you could buy. Send me 10 of those. Want 10 of the Burn the Witch version of it. I was going all in, but they're limited from the Jump shop. So I placed the order really late at one night, which is probably about daytime in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And the way the services work is it's kind of first come, first serve. So they will get to you eventually. They didn't get to my order for probably only a day, really. So if I don't count the night I placed the order, because they're probably already business days done then. The next day they didn't get to me, but then the day afterwards they did. So they kind of missed the day, and then they got to me. But then half of the shit was sold out already.
Oh, dude.
So they were like, hey, unfortunately, these 6 items or whatever are sold out. Did you still want us to place the order? We could try and get the other ones. And they were all the good ones that I wanted. And I was like, no, I'll just forget it. Just cancel.
That's a bummer, dude.
Yeah. So I was harsh. I really wanted it. Because it was exclusive merch, and I know for a fact that we're not gonna get any of that shit.
No.
Americans are not big fans of trinkets and stuff where they're willing to pay dumbass amounts of money to get it.
Yeah.
So it's just not gonna happen. But I should have grabbed it before we started filming.
Oh. Okay, cool.
Is this turning into an unboxing podcast, the first of its kind?
It's relevant.
Oh. Yeah.
I did get the Shonen Jump, the first issue of Burn the Witch, the first official serialization issue. I didn't get the one shot, which has been unfortunate. But this is the first actual weekly Shonen Jump from Japan I've ever bought.
Oh.
CD Japan has them on their website if you guys ever want to buy one.
So this is all in Japanese. There's
no
translations.
It's all. So interesting to note. If you're like me and never bought one before, look at the pages.
They're all
huge.
completely different colors.
Big, like the classic Shonen Jump. They're different colors.
No, you guys spoiled for Josh.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Whoa!
Good catch.
Oh.
It's obviously the most recent Shonen Jump, but the colors and stuff are different, and the quality on the pages are not super good. It's a weird color.
Yeah, it has a grainy text.
Yes, but it does have first appearance, Burn the Witch.
Hot.
Obviously not first appearance, first serialization, and then the fat cover. So I did get that. That cost me about $20, by the way, which I'm pretty sure they get for about $2 in Japan.
Damn.
That's, but we have it somewhere to display eventually.
So that was kind of my consolation prize because I could not get the cool shit, unfortunately. But if anybody else did, congratulations, because there was some cool shit that I wish I could have had.
That felt like a phone book.
Yeah.
Old quality where it was this thing's aged 5 years.
I showed that to Jose, and we were talking. I gotta imagine that the weirdest like grainy and like that is they try to stop people from uploading to the internet.
Oh, yeah.
Because you think about like the old times where we were reading on scanlation sites, and they basically have to take that and clean it up and make it into what we read, which is crazy.
Yeah,
it's
that's
crazy. So, without further ado, that's the bad news. I'm going to move on to the Bleach notes. We are officially at the start of season 5, and that is when the Bount invade Soul Society.
So let's just do a quick recap. We've basically gone into Soul Society.
Yes.
The Bounts have pretty much
split up
the
and did their own
master
thing.
plan has worked.
Yes.
And everyone's reminiscing despite the fact that we have ungodly vampires.
Mm-hmm.
And we're reminiscing, and we decided to split up.
Yeah, again, yes.
Memeing.
Yep, because that's how it works. That's how it works in D&D as well.
And then Kane.
The last thing that happened was Rukia ran into the Bount with the sword and fan.
Yep.
And she's
in her old district.
Yeah, in her old like poor district, and the Bount is stronger now. Rukia is still weak as fuck.
And the cliffhanger was Yoruichi knows something.
Nope, that was not the cliffhanger. That was already done. The cliffhanger was Rukia was about to fight, and that was it. Because Rukia's going to get her shit pushed in.
Well, fuck me.
So basically, let me run. We cut away from that. Okay. Everybody wanted to see that. We cut away. And we find out some of history about the Bounts here because the captains are having a meeting.
They've had too much history of the Bounts.
There is a lot more to come, let me tell you. So experiments were held long ago, before the Seirete research facility was even established. And this is found out through the Kuchiki documents, as I had mentioned before. They're the ones who hold the history, like the paper documents. And they have learned of a scientist called Ron Tao, which we learned that from Yoruichi just a little bit beforehand, but now the captains are learning about it. She is referred to as evil researcher in the documents. That is the name that they have given her.
God. And I wonder if Ron Tao translates to evil researcher.
I don't know. But that is the name that they use, and they blame her for it. She was basically researching eternal life, and then an oopsie happened, and now we have Bounts. And then the Bounts, according to Seirete, was purged to protect the humans. That is their reasoning for why they purged the Bounts.
Got you.
And during this meeting, the captains get notified that there is a fight between a Bount and Rukia going on. They can like sense spiritual pressure, so that is get told to everybody pretty much.
Is it still the situation where everything's like fucking lines are shooting? Like I can feel a fucking
no, that's only when you're really close.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like to them, like somebody showed up from like the stealth force or something and was like, "Hey, just so you know, there's a fight between a Bount and Rukia going on." And then we cut back.
Just a quick question. Are the stealth guys the ones with like the houses on their heads?
No, those are like the execution forces or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
The stealth forces, they look like literally ninjas.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it. So we cut back and they've done some fighting. There's nothing really exciting about this fight that's happening. A lot of the fighting stuff I'm going to skip over.
Okay.
But how it ends up is Rukia's running. She's getting her shit pushed in. She has the girl mod soul with her so that she's like trying to help out. They eventually go into a warehouse.
What does she do again?
So she can cast illusions. She can like basically make you see shit.
Wait, she broke off with Rukia? Because last time we talked, she got jealous of Ichigo talking with Rukia.
Yeah, everybody split, but they met up again. So
okay.
So Rukia split, and then Girl Mod Soul was there also.
So there's going to be a cool combo attack that's coming up.
You would think that, but I'll spoiler alert and say no. So she does try to help with illusions, but usually they're just using the illusions to escape is generally the theme, because Rukia, just behind the scenes, they haven't seen what she does in the manga, so they don't know what to do with fucking Rukia. Yeah. She does keto, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Hano 35.
It ends with, with the Bount capturing a girl that they found. So they go to hide into a warehouse, and there's a little young girl like hiding, and Rukia's like, oh fuck, is like, I shouldn't have come in here.
What was it, Jose's manga a couple weeks ago? It's like, you've killed us both.
Yeah. That's exactly.
You've killed us both, you idiots.
So Rukia's like, okay, Mod Soul to take her, leave, and then the fucking Bount shows up, and it's like,
cast an illusion.
It's like, we're fucked. So
make her look empty. Like
yeah. So the girl Bount very quickly takes the child as a hostage. Very quickly. She's very quick on the uptake, and basically like
part of it.
Don't move or I'm gonna kill the kid. Classic situation. And the Bount. So Rukia is standing like about 6 lengths away, and the Bount holds her sword out and starts kind of running it down Rukia's chest, like she's gonna undress Rukia.
Hot.
Because she's like, "Don't move, or I'll kill the kid." So she starts trying to undress Rukia, and it's like, "Oh, okay, I don't remember this."
Sounds like I'm into it.
There's like 2 times where they've gotten really frisky.
Yeah, it's like we about to take a side turn here.
Some SAO stuff.
Wait, was it both times with Rukia too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Whoever's writing the Bount arc really likes Rukia.
Tite Kubo is just sitting there like, undress him. But he didn't
do the Bount arc.
He did the manga.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So at that point, I thought it was very funny because she starts running it down. Rukia jumps back and calls her a monster. It's like, dude, you just killed the kid. What are you doing? It's like she said not to move, and then Rukia jumps back, and it's like, Luckily, she does not carry the kid. But
never a follow through.
Yeah. They don't ever follow through on that. And they kind of fight, and Rukia gets fucking punched up into the air. Like, Rukia's just getting mollywopped at this point. Yeah. She can't do anything. And we see, like, a shadowy figure start walking towards the fight. Like, there's, like, dust kicking up.
Byakuya.
And who? Kariya?
Kariya.
Guess Kariya?
No, I just said Byakuya.
Take your guesses. Byakuya? Byakuya? It is Byakuya. He shows up, and he was, like, in the meeting, he was very unfazed, but,
yeah.
He's like,
older brother's got to go take care of baby sister.
Fuck him up. And Byakuya, by the way, I'll tell you, spoil this episode of Bleach Boys for you, has fantastic parts. And he is part of 2 fights, including this one, and it's fantastic.
He's one of my favorite characters.
He's so well done.
So Rukia gets kicked up in the air, just about to be finished midair, and then you hear scatter Sinbon Sakura. You just see her, like, the Bount just get fucking pelted. Just like, yes. And so Byakuya basically wrecks the Bount and catches Rukia before she hits the ground. And then Ichigo and Orihime show up because, why the fuck not? And then they get more Soul Reapers that show up. And at that point, the Bount gets up and says, like, oh, well, my job here is done later. And then leaves.
They've done a great little build-up because, when you find out, I think it's in Hueco Mundo, and then you also find out more in the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. They really do build Byakuya's relationship.
He's
up
fantastic.
Yeah, he's really good. He's so cool. Like they made him a cold-hearted asshole at first.
I'm just saying to all the people watching out there, if you like Byakuya, watch this arc. I know he's also in the prime time in the filler arc where their Zanpakutos toes come to life. I know he's also a key player in that.
I think his is the main bad guy or something like that.
But watch this. He's fantastic in this. And I'm going to get to another part where he's amazing. So basically, he takes her, they go heal her, whatever. And a bomb goes off in the repentance cell, okay?
Oh, God.
And the Bounts are kind of like, we're doing that as a sign of war. Like, we planted a bomb, boom, it's a sign of war. So we cut back. Ichigo and Orihime are in the Kushiki household, just kind of like waiting as Byakuya's taking care of Rukia. And so Ichigo goes out and is like, Byakuya, like let's team up. You and me, let's go track him down. Let's go fuck him up.
Oh,
Byakuya's like, nah.
And Byakuya's like, no, why don't you fuck off back to the world of the living? We don't need you here.
Yeah.
And just like tells Ichigo to fuck off. And Ichigo's like, what the fuck? Like, and he's like, okay. It's like,
but so what's weird to me is Byakuya and Ichigo had a Bankai fight.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
And they had like an equal standing.
Yeah.
Byakuya has clearly
I just
shown.
want to say they did and they didn't because the only reason Ichigo won is when his hollow took over. That's all I'm saying.
He was doing good, but he was losing, right? He wasn't doing.
There was a part in that fight, if you remember, where Byakuya basically tells him, because Ichigo's like, "What the fuck?" Byakuya keeps getting faster and faster. He's like, "No, it's like you're getting slower and slower."
Yeah, he's getting tired.
Yeah.
Big rip.
So he started off well, but then he got gassed.
Yeah, okay.
That's what happens when you get super powerful.
Yeah. Too quickly.
So we cut back to what are the Bounts doing? What are they up to? What's going on? So Kariya, Ichinose, which is Maki, that we refer to him as a lot, and Mohawk guy, which I believe his name is Koga, they roll up to like a gang hideout in like one of the Soul Society villages, and basically Molly whops all of them. They're just like, hey, we want to join you. They play like a gambling game. Kariya wins, and then they all want to fight him, and it doesn't go well for the nobodies. Yeah. Who would have guessed?
Yeah.
Red shirts, pretty much.
Yes, very much red shirts. And it basically ends up with they whoop all of them, and then they're like, hey, we want you guys to join our cause. It's like, you guys are like the scum of Soul Society. They've oppressed you. Come help us out.
Oh, classic.
Yes, very classic. So, nighttime now. That's happened. We're moving forward. Byakuya goes out to go find Jin Kariya by himself. He's like, I'm going to find this guy, and I'm going to fuck him up. And
who's Jin Kariya at this point?
He's the leader.
He's the leader
of the Bounts.
Okay.
And they meet very quickly. Kariya senses him coming, and he's like, oh, it's like, I'm going to go take him out. It's like, I know who this guy is. So they meet up in a forest somewhere. They start to fight, and you find out that Bounts have developed speed equal to the Flash Step.
Jeez.
So says Byakuya.
Whoa.
Because he tries to like Flash Step around you. He's a very fast guy. He was trained by Yoruichi. And Kariya can keep up no problem. No problem.
Shit.
Yeah.
This is wild to hear this. Like, I don't remember the Bounts being this broken.
I know.
Yeah, they get so fucking powerful.
So they do give them a weakness later, and I'm going to get to that at the end. They make another weakness out of nowhere. So
they just put random canes in the area.
Yeah, they just fucking throw shit out at one point.
Oof.
So this is where we find out Kariya's kind of game plan is like, hey, listen, Byakuya, you're the most famous of all the captains because you're part of the noble household. You're a good guy, whatever. So he wants to kill him or like basically defeat him in a fight, and that'll demoralize everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, oh fuck, they defeated Byakuya, like the most famous guy. shit.
That's a
take on Kenpachi next.
Yeah, it's a great plan.
I would have loved to see Kenpachi fight these guys. I don't think they would have been alive.
Kenpachi does get a fight coming up.
Oh,
hell
nice.
yeah!
There's going to be a lot of fighting this episode. So I'm just saying the 10 episodes I watched this week have been fucking fantastic.
That's
awesome. Nice.
So they have like a Sinbon Sakura fight. You do find out Kariya can control the wind. And
wind element.
Basically, Sinbon Sakura, he tries to use attack Kariya. And he's like, yeah, that's not going to work.
Because I run in the wind.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Just like you watched it, Josh. So Kariya's doll is the wind. Thus, it's unlimited. This is the explanation he gives. Byakuya's makes thousands of tiny blades, so he will eventually lose. Because his is thousands, Kariya's is unlimited because it's the wind.
Yep.
And I just want to make a side note here. You guys should watch this. The bants during the Byakuya and Kariya fight is A+.
Is it just all very stoic?
Yes,
shit talking?
it's so good. It's just like one person be like, "Yeah, it won't work on me." Then the other person will figure it out and be like, "Yeah, well, I thought it worked on you." And they just go back and forth constantly. It's fantastic.
It's a big dick off.
Yeah, it really is.
Some vibes, dude. Some vibes.
I love it.
And at one point, Kariya basically they have each other like in kind of like a standoff where they do the classic thing that happened with Ichigo, where they both have like their blade at each other's throats.
Oh yeah.
Byakuya's blade is at his arm, at Kariya's arm, and Kariya has his hand because he doesn't have a blade at Byakuya's throat. Yeah. So, but he basically Kariya is like, I'll lose a hand to take you out. He's like
smart.
He's like, losing a left arm is worth it if I defeat you. And it's like,
we're not lefties here, right?
No, hell no.
Ambidextrous.
And so that's happening. They're fighting more, and then a fucking Getsuga flies out of the forest because now
of course.
So what we've learned in the Bount arc, none of the main characters follow fucking direction.
Yes,
Ryu, fuck you.
No.
Ichigo didn't fuck
you.
off.
They all do their own thing, and I think it's just like it's easier to write that way.
It's
like
so
if
yeehaw, though.
It's like if you have to kind of like do one thing at a time, it gives you a lot of options. We cut away, and we basically see Koga, who's the Mohawk Bount once again, saying that, he's explaining to the minions, as I will call them, that all souls should be sent here kind of equally, but it's ruled by the few, which is the Seirete, and it's like, that's unfair.
Okay.
It's like there shouldn't be poverty in the soul society. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
It really shouldn't
That's
be.
what he's explaining. It's a good reasoning. It's like there's no reason for there to be poverty.
Dude, I don't
Some of their ideas are good.
Yeah, I don't think they do it enough for villains. I think they just always go with the crazy, like we're Kariya, probably crazy.
Yes.
But I think Koga's got that good mentality.
Yes.
Like, I would love to agree with a villain.
Yeah. So we get kind of like a sweet thing between Ichigo, Byakuya, and Kariya, where Byakuya basically tells Ichigo, like, hey, if you interfere, I'll just treat you as an enemy. So fuck off.
I love
Nice.
that.
It's so fantastic. And it's like, so now we're having like a three-way fight where Ichigo just wants to fight Kariya. Yeah. Byakuya wants to fight Kariya also, but we'll fuck up Ichigo if he gets in the way. Yep. And then Kariya is like going back and forth on both of them. Like this fight was really good. It was really good. So Kariya heals because they can absorb the Reishi, and so now he can just heal.
So he has to be obliterated.
Yeah, well, I don't know how they plan to defeat him at this point, but that is kind of what it's looking like. Okay. So Kariya heals. Ichigo immediately goes Bankai. Just like,
of course.
He was fighting on par with them in Shikai?
Not fighting on par. So, and then Ichigo and Kariya kind of have a fight, like, because Ichigo goes Bankai, he hops in, and they fight. They kind of have like a little 1v1. And then Byakuya goes Bankai while he's just watching, and then attacks them both.
Yes!
Both of them. And then we have a full-on three-way battle. Like,
I love it.
They're both Bankai. Kariya's doing his thing. It's just popping off. Three-way battle happening. And that's when we get, by the way, I'm starting a new episode at this point. This is a total off topic. And I think the rips on, I say rips, but the uploads on Netflix, they're from the DVDs or the Blu-rays.
Okay.
So at one point, you know how they have like, I want to call it a bumper, but it's like, it's a bumper after the theme song where like they would put like sponsors and stuff if you were watching it live. They show both Grimjo and Ulquiorra.
No shit?
Yes. Grimjo has his own. Ulquiorra has his own.
So I wonder if the DVD was being released at the time of Hueco Mundo.
So
in Japan?
I bet season 5 goes into
Hueco Mundo.
Like when the Arrancar and the Spada first.
When
show
they
up.
first into.
That's the only thing I can think of, but I don't know if that's true
I
because
thought that was season 6.
I'm pretty sure season 5 ends with the bounce.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure
what is season 6?
So
though?
I don't know.
What's the next? I don't think Arrancar is right
it's
after.
Arrancar's right after. Yeah, it literally goes right into it.
Oh shit.
So I don't know what happens. I don't know why that was there, but I saw it. I was like, that's kind of spoilery. I don't know why that's there. And so back to the fight. I just thought that was a bit of a spoiler. Nice. Ichigo obviously gets mad at Byakuya. because he started being attacked by Senbon Sakura. He's like, fuck off.
Bro, like we fought each other before. Yeah. We got this out of our system.
Been there, done that. It's like,
yeah.
And Ichigo's like, hey, if you keep doing that, you're going to get me killed. Because, like, it's too hard for me to fight both of you. It's like, I can't have to dodge your shit and his shit.
But Byakuya is proud, man.
And this made me laugh. This made me really laugh because Byakuya's like, listen, I told you were in the way. And then Ichigo just goes, well, you know what? You suck. Like, he says that.
A child.
I was like,
but we got to remember, what is he, like 16?
Yeah.
They never fucking make him feel like he's 16 until he has the one emo moment and they give him the
It made me fucking laugh. I was like, that was too good. So Kariya at this point, he says that, listen, I'm not as fast as Ichigo, but I do have way more fighting experience than he does, so I'm probably going to win. Because like he tells him that, like, yeah, good luck. And at that point, Kariya goes ahead and punches Ichigo right in the fucking stomach. Just like knocks the fucking breath out of him. That classic anime thing. And that's when Byakuya wounds Kariya. Because this whole time, Kariya's been using like kind of like a wind force field. He's like, yeah, you guys aren't going to be able to fucking touch me.
Pew, pew, pew,
and he fucks up Ichigo and he's like, yeah, I'm going to be winning this. And then you see like blood pop out of Kariya and Byakuya's Byakuya's like, yo, what up, dog?
Let me guess. Yeah. When Kariya goes for an attack, his windshield is forced into the attack. And
into the blade.
So he doesn't have a
No, that's not it, but that's a good explanation. We'll just headcanon that one. So Kariya like gives him props. Like, wow, hey, good job. And then he's like, well, I'm immortal, so it doesn't matter, and just heals again.
Hey!
But he's like, hey, good job. And Byakuya has one of the best lines. He goes like, well, why don't we truly test that immortality of yours? And we'll just keep going.
Yes.
Love it.
It's so good. So they have a couple more attacks. Then it happens with a big stare off. They're kind of like staring at each other like, oh, we're going to keep going. And then a giant blue like attack flies from the sky. Who is it? Take a guess who shows up next.
Giant.
We got 3 people already. We got Kariya.
Quincy Man.
Okay, so you're guessing Ishida?
Ooh.
So it could be.
I would be so mad.
It could be anybody. So who you want to take a guess?
Take a guess on a blue cannon. Yoruichi, maybe? I feel like it's Uryu, but I'm just going to throw Uryu.
Ishida is the obvious one. It is not Ishida.
Huh.
It is actually Ron Tao, the guy we've been...
shut up!
The person we've been talking about this whole time. And it's important to note here that Ron Tao looks just like Yashino, which is the girl Bount that Ishida had a crush on.
Yeah.
Looks almost identical. Okay?
Uryu's going to be all over that.
Yes.
So she's going to die too.
She basically explains like, hey... I've always known the Bounts were eventually going to come back, so I've just kind of been hanging out. I was like, I've just kind of hanging out,
stayed hidden,
waiting. Yeah. Well, I don't even think she was really hidden because we'll get to that later.
As an evil researcher would do.
She does say so. She's like, yeah, I've been waiting. I just didn't know it would take this long. And it's like, yeah, what the fuck are you guys doing? Come on.
Got Bants for the Bounts.
So she shows up, and it's like Kariya is there and obviously pissed because like, oh, you're the one who created us and like fucked us over. Like, what are you doing? And he tells her, like, hey, I'll let you live until we achieve our goal just so you can see, like, classic what you created fucked up, like, haha. And then Byakuya just attacks Kariya out of nowhere. It's just like, yeah, you're done talking. I'm going to beat your ass.
As one would.
Yeah.
They get way too many quips.
Yeah, they clash again, and now this time Ichigo wounds Kariya, so he got hit.
Nice. He got one in.
Did he get a, hey, good job?
No. But Ichigo did get a quip in. Guess Byakuya isn't the only one who can wound you.
Because you suck.
So that's when Koga shows up, and he basically like makes his Bount fucking explode a bunch of metal balls, and then they escape. So that's kind of how that fight ends. It was a fantastic 3-way standoff.
And then the 4th and 5th
and then the 4th and the 5th guy shut up and got out of hand.
Yeah.
Ichigo wants to give chase with Byakuya. Like, he's like, yo, let's go after Kariya. What are we doing? Let's, like, get both the Bounts. And Byakuya's like, nah, there's always next time. And then just leaves. And Byakuya's like, I'm just going to go back. No thanks. So it was really good. I was like, classic.
Ichigo,
he's been there, done that. He's a little beat up. Like, both of them are beat up. But it's like Ichigo wants to keep chasing, and Byakuya's like, no. It's like, there's always next time.
You got to know when to go like back and retreat.
It's like, and they're going to come back.
Yeah.
So
like
what's Ron Tao doing?
So we get to that. So let me tell you what Ron Tao's doing.
Sorry.
So Ron Tao and Ichigo are talking now because she introduced herself as Ron Tao. So he has heard the name Ron Tao from Yoruichi, just like we heard of it. And now Ishida shows up. So now Ishida is in the mix. Byakuya leaves. We get replaced with Ishida, which is a complete downgrade if you ask me.
Yep.
And he is immediately flustered because she looks like Yoshino.
God.
Just
nosebleed.
Death before it happens.
Yeah.
Right there.
So we cut over. You might be asking, what are Chad and Orihime and all of them doing right now?
No,
like,
what
really
are they doing?
They're hanging out with Ganju.
They are with Ganju.
Oh!
So, and they're riding on boars. They are taking them into the forest to find the bowl of Kusajashi.
Okay.
Right. Oh yeah, I remember that from the last
it's a bowl,
episode.
right? Yeah.
That's a lot of lore. Check out our last podcast if you wanted to. What?
Okay. We do not get to the bowl of Kusajashi for quite a while, so pocket that information will come back.
I won't.
We go back to Rontao. And Rontao's like, hey, I'll tell you whatever you want to know, but we got to go. Like, we got to leave. And so she takes them back to her house. Yeah. And she kind of explains this whole thing. There was no room for the Bounts to live in the living world, so they tried to turn to Soul Society to kind of get in there, but then they turned them away because that would mean accepting fault that like they created this third party. So Soul Society is very not our fault, not our problem.
Not my child. Where's the DNA test? Kind of
very
situation?
Much that.
Really not like in Soul Society as
so they couldn't enter the Soul Society, and they obviously weren't powerful enough to take the Soul Society on, so then they tried to fight their way into the real living world. And that's when the Quincy's got involved. That's when they're like the classic vampire hunters versus vampire thing started.
Makes sense.
That's how that came to true.
So Van Helsing was a Quincy?
Quincy is what you would say.
Oh, maybe we'll find out in Burn the Witch.
Yeah, probably not, but you never know. That was a wishful thinking there, Jose.
Headcanon.
So the Soul Society, you find out, takes advantage of this fight. And the fight between the Quincy and the Bounts takes advantage of it, comes in a third party, pretty much wipes out most of the Bounts. And those who are still alive today are the ones who survived that fight. So like these Bounts that are still alive, they're directly correlated to this big fight that the Quincy's had, and the Soul Reaper showed up and basically cleaned up. So when Rontao got exiled, they took away her powers. So they basically were like, Rontao, you fucked us. We're exiling you. We're taking away your powers. So then she couldn't even go to the living world to like help out the Bounts, which is what she wanted to do. She wanted to like, I'll go because they're my creation. It's like, let me go help them. But they're
classic evil researcher, not evil researcher.
Yeah. She's not really. But Soul Society was like, no, and we're taking away your powers because fuck you.
Classic good society, not good.
Yeah, and then we get this little information here. Rontao mentions that the thing Uryo is using to get his powers back that was given to him by Ninu and Mayuri, not designed by her, but she says if it's overused, it blanks
explodes
because Ishida cuts her off. So Ishida already knows what happens with this thing, but she was gonna tell everybody, and Ishida's like, no.
He's like, nope, don't give up, don't give away the surprise.
And that's when
Don't you worry, I will fuck it up in a few episodes.
Yes. So Rontao collapses then. And she's like, I did. She's like, basically, it's like, hey, I did a lot of work on my body to be alive this long. So.
Isn't she a Soul Reaper?
Yeah, but I don't know how that works because clearly Old Man Yamamoto's old, and we still
but he's all fucking.
But we show, I think we see flashbacks in 1,000 Year Blood War where he's younger, so that he clearly ages. You age in Soul Society, so I don't know if you just live thousands of years. I don't know how that works.
He's just strong. I think. I don't remember what it was.
They're like old. They're like really old. I couldn't give you an exact time.
I feel like
but
a couple hundred years,
incredibly
maybe,
old,
but not like thousands of years.
They don't give an exact date, so it could be any time. But she basically says I did work on my body so I could stay alive for the Bounts. And then now she needs to rest for 12 hours because
she gets a 12-hour nap.
She's basically stayed up as long as she can. That's enough. So we cut back. Koga, which is the Mohawk Bount, he's basically asking Kariya like, "Hey, was it worth fighting Byakuya? Like, what? Like, we have other shit to do. What are you doing?"
Oh, okay.
And Kariya is kind of like, "Koga, why are you asking so many questions? Like what?
Oh no.
Like, what is your problem?" And I think this is all just setting up, if my boomer memory recalls correctly, Koga is the one who survives. Yeah. So I think they're just kind of setting up that he's not really a super bad guy like the other Bounts.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of setting up he has kind of doubts. He's not a super bad guy, whatever. And because he basically falls like, oh, never mind, and they just go off and do their thing. So Ganju is basically explaining now why it's a problem for the Bounts to collect all these people, because they basically have like a gang of like 100 or maybe 1,000 people that they're going to use to try to get into Soul Society. And Ganju says that Soul Reapers, they won't fight at full strength if they have to fight like regular Soul Society members because they would decimate them.
Yeah. Except it feels like they haven't decimated shit.
Yeah.
But
he says like, if you have to fight while holding back all the time, it's rough. It's like, you'll eventually fuck up. Yeah. So he's like, it's really bad that they're doing that. And that's about what we get from Ganju at this point in time, because we hop back. During the original experiments to create immortal life,
we got more lore.
The use of artificial souls were used based on some of the researchers' own souls, and then they modified them. So that's why Yoshino looks just like Rontao.
So wait, there's a captain or Soul Reaper that looks like Kariya?
Possibly. That is a possibility. So probably a researcher somewhere, if that's a possibility. But they also fused with other souls, so it could be anything.
Gotcha.
When the mutation happened, creating the Bounts, the souls were based off of Soul Reapers. So they could pretty much use their powers as such, and I think that's what they're kind of attributing to how they have dolls. It's like it's kind of like a Soul Reaper mutation, like with a Zanpakuto.
Like a Zanpakuto.
And it's like that kind of gives them their doll form. So we get more stuff there, and we cut.
So that would almost mean Soul Reaper's Zanpakuto breaking would cause them to turn to ash, right?
You would think so, but that's already been shown not to be the case.
Yeah, Mayuri, he just breaks his.
I don't know why they decided to do that for the bounce, but there you go.
Yep.
And we cut to Mayuri, and he's in his research facility, and this is where Mayuri finally puts together the pieces that Ichinose, parentheses Maki is what I have here, is the one who showed him the file on the Quincy artifact. Like he planted that because.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So
Mayuri's dumb.
Yeah, he basically finds out, like, oh, you fucker. And he's, like, pissed. He's like, no one plays me. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, he's fantastic. And I think I've done no looking up at this at all. But if I had to guess, his voice is very similar to Frieza in the dub.
Yeah.
So, very,
I think
very
they
similar.
tried to go for that vibe, too.
And here's where Rontao spoils the Ishida thing, okay? Rontao says, I want everybody to just take this in for a second.
And Ishida's just like, hey, look, I'm the one that doesn't follow
So
rules.
Ichigo basically asks her again because Ichigo's like, yo, like what? Like I need to know.
As anyone would.
And she's like, yeah, so that artifact that he's using at any time, it could blow up and destroy everything within a 20-mile square radius.
Jeez, it's an A-bomb?
What an idiot!
Yeah. And that's if it randomly fails is what she says. It could randomly fail and blow up. And he's fighting with it in the Soul Society. Like, I heard that. I was like, God damn.
I would kill him.
Yeah.
I would literally
just chop off his arm, Josh.
Just fucking
cut
off his
We're going to
arm.
go ahead and need that artifact.
It's a bracelet, right?
Yeah, it's a bracelet.
Yeah, cut his fucking hand off. He's not using that shit. Both of them.
It's just like, yeah, sorry, dude. We're going to need that. You're not allowed to fight anymore. Sorry. So we get Hitsugaya, Renji.
Of course.
And they're on their way to attack the Bount base of operations where like they're kind of keeping all their goons. And they're kind of building almost like medieval weaponry. Like it's a weird sight. Like it almost looks like Lord of the Rings at one point with the big contraptions they're making.
Wow.
And Hitsugaya runs into Ichinose, which is Maki.
Yes.
And they start to fight. And it's a very short fight because I think they get one blade clash in and then Ichigo and Ishida show up.
Of course.
So now we have the whole gang there, and then Chad, Orihime, and Ganju show up, and we have a fuck ton of people now.
I hate everything.
Chad comes to the realization that they're fighting Maki, and Chad is like, it's so weird that we don't hear anybody else when they're supposed to have like 1,000 men hanging out right around the corner. This is so weird. And so Chad is like, yo, I fought this guy who had a whale and he could like suck people up into his dimension. And then
oh my God.
So Chad's like, oh, I think they're probably transporting their people that way. Wouldn't you know it?
Oh, they just now realize that.
And this is when we see they pop up at one of the gates to the Serete, and we see our old friend Jadambo confronted by about 3 bounts.
Boy's had it rough.
He's had a bad time. He's had a really rough time. I felt so bad when I saw him. I was like, oh, man.
I want a spin-off series of him. Just
I love
like every day that he has a failure, it's like, we've gone 32 days. Never mind, let's scratch that.
So this is where we kind of learn some stuff about Ichinose's Zanpakuto, which is the guy who left Kenpachi Squad. And it can alter light, which means it can kind of like refract
like camouflage.
Light. And it lets him go invisible, lets him make illusions because he basically fucks with the light. So it's kind of like Tozen's Bankai, but like the light
reverse
version of it. Yeah. So he starts attacking them, and then basically they all go into like a light world, and nobody can tell what's happening. And Ichinose just like slash at him, kind of like Tozen's thing.
Wow,
that's
real original.
It's like, oh shit, we're fucked. And then Kenpachi shows up. Now it's a fucking party. Everybody's there. Kenpachi's here.
Why doesn't everyone just say
wreck him?
Yeah. I don't want to see this kid get murdered,
so
let's leave.
Kenpachi shows up and just blows away the illusion with the spiritual pressure. Just like, yep, we're done with that. We're not doing that anymore. And Kenpachi's like, hey, Ichigo, next time you come to the Soul Society, stop by and say hi. Like, what the fuck's wrong?
I love him.
He's just like, I think he tells him something along the lines of, come and see him first because he'll fire up the barbecue. It's like, that's what he says.
That's
like,
the
cool.
lad.
Cool. And Kenpachi basically states what Maki's goal is. Like, he's like, if I had to guess, I would say you're just stalling. You're trying to be here to stall everybody so they can go and do the Serete thing. And he's like, I'm not going to stop you. But it's like, unless you still hold a grudge and you want to fight me, and then we can do that. And, of course, Maki is too much of a bitch boy, and he wants to fight Kenpachi. So,
that's not a bitch boy move. That's a dumb move.
Yep. Yeah, it is a super dumb move.
Because the guy just literally showed off, hey, that one cool move that fucked everyone else up?
Not
that
me.
didn't work on him.
Yeah. So he's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to fight you guys. And he lets Ichigo and Gen go, which is just so bad. Not a team player. He's like, he could have held 6 of them there. And he's like, nah, I'm going to fight Kenpachi because I fucking hate his guts.
Oh, this is the downfall. This is the Bount weakness that they're adding in.
Yeah.
Maki.
So they kind of fight, and there's a lot of Ichinose spewing shit at Kenpachi because like he hates him. He's like, "Fuck you, you're a bad captain."
He's
whatever.
Anakin. I hate you.
Yeah, it's very much like that. And so he says, like at one point, like, "Hey, captains are supposed to protect people, but like, who have you ever protected?" When he literally just protected about 6 people.
Yep.
So that one didn't really make much sense.
Oh yeah.
And then his Shikai power, I think it's like Nigagasame or something like that. I don't know what the fuck he called it, but the true power uses his spiritual pressure to create limitless beams, and these beams develop every shadow as they consume Kenpachi. So basically, a dome of light gets created, and he's stuck in it. And
so the exact opposite of Tosin.
Yeah. So, but this is different, as in it will slowly compress into like a high density beam and then squeeze the life out of Kenpachi. That's like how this one works.
So a vacuum version.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, Kenpachi's basically fucked at this point because Yachiru is on a tree, and he so it's worth noting, Maki is explaining this to Yachiru. He's like,
my God.
Wait.
What? How?
What do you mean how?
She's not real.
Everybody
can see her. She's real.
But are you retarded? The whole time
oh my
people
God.
have talked to Yachiru.
But I thought she wasn't real.
Yeah, but why is this just coming up now?
Kenpachi manifests her, so it's his.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That
Orihime talks to her, Chad talks to her, Ichigo
They
talks
all
to her.
interact
I thought
with her.
that was one of the
She
big
bites
things.
Ikaku
Yeah,
on the head.
everybody talks to her.
Oh, okay.
So you just had a light bulb moment out of nowhere.
Well, he's the light guy, and he made a big light bulb.
Yeah.
So he's telling her that, and she's like, well, Kenpachi's not dead. And because he's like, well, he soon will be because it's about to compress in and like fuck him up.
Kenny's gonna fuck you in the ass.
So let's all take a guess here. This should be the easiest guess of your guys' life. How does Kenpachi break out of
Literally
this
cuts it in
light
half.
dome? Cuts it in half.
I was just gonna say spiritual pressure.
Jose, I would give you half points in that because he rips off the eye patch.
I forgot about the eye
He rips
patch.
off the eye patch and he just blows it all away. That's pretty much how that one goes. And then we get some more of Ichinose spewing like high ground bullshit on him, like, you should.
I got the high ground, Anakin.
Yeah, and Kenpachi basically shuts him down and just calls him a fucking idiot and then slashes him across the chest. Like, he's this whole time like, you don't deserve to be captain, blah, 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 blah. And then Kenpachi's like, you're a fucking idiot, and slashes him across the chest. And he tells Ichinose, he's like, listen, if you really cared about Kariya, this guy you keep spewing bullshit about, you would have just kept Ichigo and everybody else at bay. Like, what are you even doing here?
True.
And it's like, oh, well, okay. And then they both start charging up Super Saiyan style for some reason because we've switched animes at this point. And they do like a final sword clash, and of course Kenpachi wins. Like, what do you expect?
Kid's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
he's annihilated. He's not a thing anymore.
and it was a little sad because like Ichinose's last words were like him falling, saying "my captain" as he was thinking about his captain.
Because that's not his captain.
No, it is
oh,
not.
Captain, my captain.
And then Kenpachi rubs more salt into the wound. He's just like, I guess your hatred wasn't enough. Sorry.
Oh!
Just like, yep, that's it. It's like
The
Truth
lad.
bomb Kenpachi.
Yep.
I love that.
The
shit.
lad.
So we find out. We go back to the bounce raid on the Serite. They basically use the thugs. I don't know how to explain this. I was trying to think. They make like a giant wooden crowbar almost, where they can wedge it underneath the door and lift the door up to Soul Society.
I feel like I kind of remember this.
Because they drop the giant wall.
Yeah.
So whenever
Yeah.
anybody invades, and then has the big door that Janambo, they basically use it as like manpower to lift the door up.
It's like a seesaw kind of thing to
Yeah.
pop up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they explain that the Seki Heki is what they call the door.
I've heard that too.
It shuts off all spiritual energy, so he had to use those without any of it to use manpower. So like he couldn't, like, because the bounce are strong.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like they're gonna use this in the future at some point. This is some really key information.
So the bounce are really strong, so they're like, yeah, but we can't like lift that door because Jadamo the giant has to do it, like just brute strength. So it's like, yeah, we'll just get like 1,000 people and just make them do it. And that's basically how they did. So they at that point open it up. There's some nobody Shinagamis on the other side. They get it immediately wrecked. Kariya walks in and he's like, okay, you guys can fuck off now. We don't need you.
And
they're
then
like,
drops the door on
and
them.
they're like, what? And so they all try to attack Kariya, even after he'd already beaten their asses. And you can guess how that goes because it doesn't go
He
very
blows
well.
them off.
Yeah, it does not go well. And this is the point where we get Kariya. He says there's something powerful enough to destroy the Serite at the research and development facility. So he's like, I'm going to go
on the
there.
move right now.
you guys go ahead and fight the captains. And then he just dips. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go do that. But he doesn't dip before fucking Ichigo and the gang show up on the other side of the wall.
Let me guess. Did they fuck it up again?
Not really their fault this time.
Oh.
Because Ichigo shows up and Kariya sees him. He's like, hey. He's like, what's up, guys? And then he just shoots wind behind him and closes the gate. He's like, yeah, you guys ain't coming in. Sorry. So at that point, Orihime heals Jidambo like the good person she is. And Jidambo's like, yeah, I can lift the gate for you guys. Like, no problem. Let me just lift it.
Oh, good guy.
J-Man.
So he starts lifting the gate for him, but like he's still kind of wounded. So his wounds start reopening. And it's like, oh, poor Jidambo, dude. He gets so
But
misused.
he's just like going through it?
Yeah.
What
he's going through. He's holding it. And so they all run through. And at that point, we see Orihime on the other side of the wall. And she's like, I'm going to stay here. It's like, I'm going to heal Jidambo. It's like, I feel bad that like we made him do the thing. So she stays. And that's a very easy way to just write her out because
beautiful.
It's very combat focused. So they're like, yeah, Orihime, we don't know what to do with you. So sorry.
Yeah. She can't fight.
Yeah.
Not yet, right? Well, she can't fight at all.
She tries. I mean,
she tries. She tries. She has one attack move and that's it.
Yes.
At this point, all the captains get called to another meeting because it's just meeting central all the way here.
Yeah, normally bombs go off and I have a meeting.
Yeah, it's a little weird that like they invade and then like, oh, meeting, quick.
Whoa!
It's like
everybody
have people
get to the clubhouse.
Inside of our house. Everybody meeting.
Don't we have protocol at all for, breaches?
I mean, this happened once before, but
seriously.
Ron Tao didn't say, hey, they might come back, so we didn't have a
they do in the meeting. I don't know if I wrote this down, but they do say something of like, we're like, why do we keep fucking up when Ryoka invade? Like, what's happening? It's like,
yeah, true.
Yeah. It's like, what is wrong with us? So we kind of get some banner between Ichigo and the girl Matsuo that I can't remember her fucking name. And this is where we find out that her sensors don't work if someone next to them is really worked up, which is the first time we've ever heard of this because Ichigo's like freaking out. Like, I need to find Kariya. I want to find Kariya. Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, can you fucking settle down? My sensors don't work well when you're fucking around like that.
But I feel like the mod souls are all like that already. Like, they fucking
because like so they all ride on people's backs. Everybody except for the person who's normally with Orihime, which is the transforming Bount or the mod soul. And they all get worked up.
Yeah,
everybody except for maybe Chad. So
fucking toss her on him.
Yeah,
nerves of steel right there, dude.
So, but she's the only one ever bring that up, and it's like they've all been in horrible positions before.
Yeah,
but whatever.
Our sensors just weren't working then.
Yeah,
but we didn't need them.
So that's when we kind of see what's happening with the other squads. All of the Bounts have kind of split up at this point. They're doing like kind of guerrilla tactics, and we see I think his name is Mabashi or Masahi, the guy with the flower doll that took over Rukia.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's basically going around and just fighting people and leaving. He's just like, hey, what's up? Bap, 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 and then dips. Very guerrilla tactics.
Yeah.
And so we go back to the meeting. They have a brief recap on what they know, what they found out, and basically just reams them all. So I did have this written down that they can't capture a single fucking Ryoka. Like, it's like, what's wrong with you guys? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, this is actually Soi Fon. So Soi Fon is meeting with her punishment squad.
She would be the one to
she would.
Ream.
So because her punishment squad, which is this like the stealth force, they've been in this arc a lot for some reason. Like
absolutely.
Did they even get
remember
used?
when they came to the real world and they tried to fight the flying things and they couldn't get any of them.
Oh, wasps!
And they're being attacked a lot by the flower guy as well, and they couldn't capture him. So she's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" It's like,
well, someone called them out finally.
Yeah, it's like, why are you guys catching him? It's like, we're supposed to be the punishment squad, and you guys can't capture a fucking single one.
You got a limp noodle instead of a whip.
Yeah, and then so she goes to walk away. She's like, "Fuck all you guys, like go do something else." And then a poison dagger gets thrown into her back, like just boom, just right into her back. What?
Because they're bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So the flower guy had been going around planting his little seed inside of everybody he's been fighting. And he just waited. He was just like, I'm just going to wait a little bit. And then he waited for the right time and activated it.
That really
what a
reflects
smart
poorly
man.
on her.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, wait till this next one. It reflects poorly on her. So I'd be pissed. So the guy who threw the dagger gets held down by the other people because just him is acting up. It's like, what are you doing? And she goes, because she has the knowledge from that captain's meeting where they were explaining everything.
Oh, yeah.
She goes, careful, there's a Bount out there that has the ability to take over people's minds because they know from the Rukia fight. And she says, I doubt this guy knows what he was doing.
Oh.
So not even a name or anything. She's like, one of her own squad gets held down. Oh, it's like Jose, if you got held down. Oh, I doubt this guy knew what he was doing. This guy.
I mean, they've clearly shown they didn't know what they were doing in the fight. So
So she doesn't even give him a name. And that's when you find out, as I said already, that he had planted seeds in a lot of people. A lot of people. So
Genghis Khan style.
Basically, they all start fighting each other and trying to attack Soi Fon. And Soi Fon dips out.
She's just dying now because she's been
captain.
poisoned.
Yeah, but she's poisoned. So poison is
fucking shenanigans. No,
poison is the word of the day coming up. So
here it comes.
No.
Because Soi Fon dips out and she's injured. She's looking really fucked up. Actually, she's like holding her hand.
Isn't she always dying?
Yeah,
I feel like she's one of the worthless captains.
A little bit.
Yeah.
She basically starts thinking to herself, she's like, "Hey, if I could just defeat the guy who's controlling these
classic move.
Yeah,
the headmaster.
It's classic." And that's when the guy himself fucking shows up right in front of her.
He's not,
of course, convenient.
Masahi, I think is what his name is, shows up and he's like, "Hey," it's like, "What's up?"
I sent you a message. Did you get it in your back?
Yeah. And that's when we find out that it's a poison called the Beto poison, which is what the little fly things.
Sam, let me just guess here. It doesn't have an antidote except for the one he's holding in his hand.
No antidote, but just straight up no antidote. He doesn't even
close enough.
It's good enough.
Yeah, he straight up has none. So they fight for a little bit, and Soi Fon's really sloppy because she's poisoned. But she's does manage to stab him once with her shikai.
So
he does get like a flower on his chest. And he, for some reason, knows about that. Like, he's like, "Oh, it's like, this is the thing that I know," which I don't think I wrote down, but I do think they briefly mention that Maki, when he broke in, he stole some of that data from R&D about their powers and stuff.
As you would, because it's a smart move. I feel like the Bounts have been playing a lot smarter.
They have been playing a fantastic game.
Yeah,
really have. So she then collapses because of the poison is in her system, and
Yoroichi saves her.
The Bount is like explaining, like, "Yeah, I've heard about your Shikai, and I'm sure the poison is going to take you out. So I'm just going to stay far away later." And just skips. And he's just like, "I know all about this later." It's like, "I'll come collect the body."
That's a Sam move right there.
It's smart tactics.
Sam, you are a Bount.
It's smart tactics. So she's on the ground now, okay? And she's kind of like narrating to herself how painful it is, how fucked. We're seeing a lot of flashbacks of her and Yoroichi.
She's about to die, guys.
She's like, "Oh, I'm so pitiful," yada, yada.
Yeah, she is.
And then she looks at her like finger blade, which, like her Shikai, and she kind of like, oh,
yeah.
What is the yeah?
I feel like I remember. Just tell me.
Go ahead, take a guess.
I think she stabs herself.
She does stab herself.
Yeah.
So she stabs herself. So basically they do the classic. They cut the camera away. You hear her scream like she just stabbed herself, and then it cuts. And then we see Komamoru, and he's getting kind of the lowdown, like, "Hey, there's all these Shinigami that are acting up." And he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it." And he just goes around knocking out people, just like knocking the fuck out of people. He's like, "Yeah, I know how to sort this out." He just knocks everybody out.
God, he's one of the more useful captains, would you say?
Yeah.
Until he's not.
So I have like 5 different names written down for Flower Guy here, but I'm going to go ahead and confirm to Mabashi is what I'm going to go ahead and guess on this
Mabashi.
We like to change the names of our episodes, and we change the names of the fucking people we're talking about.
Mabashi kind of explains here at this point, because he's like sensing that people are getting knocked out and they're taking them to Unohana. And he's like, "Well, not really that bad, because with my increased power from being in Soul Society, I can just create unlimited like plants."
He's like Kariya. Yeah. He has the wind.
He's got the plants. I can just do unlimited amounts. So it's like, who gives a fuck if they get knocked out? I'll just make more.
Yeah.
And so Mabashi then goes back to find Soi Fon, because he's like, "Listen, if everybody's knocking out these pitiful guys, I'll just take over Soi Fon."
Classic grade A move.
Yeah, and it's like, then who's going to take her out? She's a captain.
Well,
they don't have poison. Yeah. Well, actually, Mayuri has poison.
I was going to say, like, she's been proven to be pretty much like one of the lowest tier captains.
But she got poison. Okay?
Yeah.
So, whatever.
Yeah.
So he finds her. She's in a new location at this point, which should have been red flag number 1, because she realistically shouldn't have been able to move very well, but she's in a new location. And he goes ahead and is like, "Hey, they're knocking everybody out, so I'm going to take control of you." Like, he tells her that.
Okay.
And that's when more punishment force shows up to kind of save their captain. "Oh, captain, my captain." And wouldn't you fucking know it, they've already been taken over as well.
Oh, makes sense.
So she gets 5 more poison daggers to the back.
So they're basically holding her, and he's like, his seed is called Ritse, I think, and he calls forth Ritse. And he's like, "Cool, well, I'm going to go ahead and take you over now. It's been good." And just when that happens, Soi Fon goes like Super Saiyan. I imagine they were trying to do the thing when she fought Yoroichi, but she doesn't like blow her back off or anything. She just goes Super Saiyan. She just like releases a big aura and pushes everybody off of her.
Oh, because remember, she's a captain.
Yeah.
So she's supposed to be good at something.
Yeah. And so let me ask you guys a question here before I go on. What is the most efficient way to fight poison?
Not suck it out.
With poison.
With poison, so says Soi Fon. She has studied poison for years because she's part of the poison squad or the punishment squad. You know, they do all kinds of assassinations and bullshit. And she has found the most efficient way to fight poison is with poison. So she stabbed herself with her shikai, which apparently is poison. Which I think that is canon because I think when you get stabbed twice, that's when the poison kills you
in the same spot, right?
Yes. Yeah. And so he still tries to take over Soi Fon with Ritze. But then she like stabs him, you know. She basically is able to get from that like Dragon Ball Z sequence, stab him really quick in the same spot.
Oh,
it's like boom,
dead boy.
Yeah, and she's like, oh well, sorry. And he's on the ground. And he's like, fuck it, I'm still gonna take you over with Ritze. So he tries again, and here's where they introduce another weakness that has never been mentioned before. Well, it was kind of mentioned with
poison. They don't have any.
It was kind of mentioned with poor Kane. So he's on the ground dying, and he tries to get Ritze to go get Soi Fon, but they turn and attack Mabashi. They just all turn on him, like the fucking 10 of them.
Is like, you're useless to me now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Soi Fon goes ahead and informs him of this, which I don't know how she knows. She's like, hey, I think you forgot your doll is a double-edged sword. When they sense you are too weak, they turn and attack the owner.
Wow.
So I don't know how Soi Fon knew that, but she went ahead and let him know.
Dude, that doll really sucks dick.
Yes, I know.
It's you either die from using it because you didn't use it right.
Yep.
You die from it not liking you. You die if it dies, so you can't be like, I'll kill you.
It is not fun. It's not fun.
Yeah.
But I think Kariya has it the right way where you need to fuse with it. You get rid of the doll
because you're in control.
Because then you're just like a strong human at that point. You know, you're chilling.
Yeah.
So we cut over. Mary is following the old man Bount who has the whale. Okay. And he's following him in cloak mode, kind of like he did with Ishida, where he's kind of like blending into the wall. Because once again, they've seen that before, so they just keep reusing that shit. And the old man Bount, who I have no idea what his name is, so we'll just call him Old Man Bount. He basically is like, hey, are you going to keep playing games or are you going to come out? Because
freaking Baragon.
He's like, no matter how much you hide your spiritual pressure, I can still sense your bloodlust that you want to kill me. He's like, I know you're fucking there. He's like, you're just going to come out? And so, of course, he comes out, and they have a bit of a fight. The whale goes in now. Miri is like, oh, you know what? I already know that you can only come out of the wall, so I can kind of guess where you're going to come out of. And he's like, well, surprise, motherfucker. I'm powerful now. I can come out of the fucking sky. It's like, I can literally just come out of nowhere.
Motherfucker.
It's like, so all of that shit's thrown out the window. And Mayuri, you know, the smart guy that he is, very quickly puts together that when the whale comes out of, like, you know, his hiding spot, he pretty much eats everything when he comes out.
Yeah, within
because
that.
He's got, like, a gaping mouth. Yeah. Like, and so he throws some, like, bombs on the ground. Mayuri does this.
As one would.
And it shoots up, like, a lot of dust and debris. And then he can tell where the whale is because it's sucking up the dust as it's going by.
Mayuri, that smart motherfucker.
Oh, okay, I know where you're going to be. And so he basically like slices him, and he's like, "Oh, surprise! I know who you are." Fast forward, they have a bit more of a fight, and Miri eventually ends up cutting the old man, like the actual Bount.
Yeah.
And that's when, as I mentioned before, he also has poison on his sword, which is what he used on Nimu and Ishida back then. So we're using the same shit over again. And he paralyzes one of his arms. He's able to stab him in the arm. And he ends up getting the old man on the ground. Like, he walks over the old man. The whale is separated from him. And he's, like, stabbing him. Like he did with Ishida, where he's like, yeah, he's like, your pain receptors are still intact, but you can't move it. Sorry. And he's like, the whale, I thought it was very funny. The whale tries to move because, like, the whale's speaking. And the whale's like master, blah, blah. And Mir's like, stay there.
And sit, boy.
Because he has this guy pinned on the ground. Like, what are you going to do?
Wait, isn't the whale the doll?
Yeah, the whale is the doll.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh. Master?
So, Mary kind of gives his grand, like, little research speech, you know, like, oh, I would love to use the test subject. Like, why don't you come back? And then the whale, like, so the old man Bount is like, do it. It's like, just do it. And,
do it.
And so the whale spits up, like, pretty much the shit that he ate, like the debris.
Yeah.
And then they use that to kind of get away.
Oh.
And so Mary's like, well, doesn't really matter that much because no matter how much the reishi the Bount can absorb, like to heal, you can't get rid of the poison. Like, so the paralyzing effect's still gonna fuck him because they can heal their wounds, but the poison.
But they can't. Yeah.
Yikes.
Get rid of what's in there.
So Mary now explains. He's like, the whale guy leaves. All right, they're in their own dimension. They come out another wall. Like, hey, we're gonna wait here. We're gonna wait for Miri. He's gonna come. He's gonna find us. Miri's already there. He's like, hey, what's up?
Hey.
And he's like,
just teleport.
So this is where Miri explains. The guy is very confused, like you too. Is like, how the fuck did you know? He knew of their fight with Chad and everybody, so he kind of had that knowledge. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but in the Chad with Rengiku, Nova, and Chad and Ururu, they used some sort of a combo with Nova to be able to track where he was going.
Because he was teleporting too.
Yeah.
So he threw something.
They like tracked his reishi, but like they had to have the right frequency or whatever. It was some weird thing. And he's like, yeah. So I knew of that information, and then I knew Ichigo was using Ma's souls to track you guys. So I just went ahead and made this little radar here so I could just track where you're going.
Of course, it's a dragon radar.
And he's like, it only works specifically for you, so perfect.
Hey.
And that's when the old man's like, oh, you were hunting me from the start, huh? It's like, fuck.
Hey.
Fucking Mayuri,
Because Mayuri, like, when he first met the old man Bount, he was like, hey, do you know where Ichinose is? Because he wanted to fuck up Ichinose for tricking him.
Oh, no.
And then he was like, no, he's probably dead. I can't sense the spiritual pressure. He's like, I'll take you then. It was like, clearly it was what Mayuri wanted from the beginning because he had the fucking radar. So they kind of trade blows at this point. Mayuri gets basically bent in half. Like, this whole side of him, like a shark bite, just took out of Mayuri. Okay. And, which isn't that big of a deal because, you know,
it's Mayuri.
It's Mayuri.
He moves
so they're like okay with taking bits off Mayuri because he can just get him back. Who cares? Yeah. But he does stab the whale with his Shikai. So the whale is now poisoned and can't really move very well. Both parties are equally fucked up. Yeah, very much like that. That's almost
I'm hurt.
That is almost exactly what his voice sounds like. So both parties are equally fucked up. Mayuri's pissed at this point and finally goes Bankai. He's like, you know what? Fuck you. You're more trouble than you're worth as an experiment. I'm just gonna take you out at this point. So Mayuri goes Bankai.
What a big baby.
And we get a little bit of the backstory for the old man Bount at this point. And we find out he's been eating souls for eternity, which is not what you were supposed to be doing if you were part of the Bount tribe. They had like a law. You're only supposed to have dead souls, I think is what it was.
Or dying souls or something like that.
So he's the main reason Kariya has all this knowledge?
I don't think so. I don't think they ever mentioned that, but he's just like, he's always been a rogue guy who's always disobeyed the tribe.
What a guy.
So, but because he did that, he aged prematurely. That's why he's the oldest of the people, because apparently having too many souls like he did fucks you up. They don't ever go into detail on that one. But he kept doing it in order to get more power, so he could obviously be more powerful. And then he wanted to be the leader of the Bounce, not Kariya, so he's pissed.
He was about to double cross him.
So he's revealing that he wants to be the leader?
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead.
Yes. Yeah. So the old man is obviously defeated by Mayuri, as you would have guessed. And at this point, the old man offers to tell Mayuri everything. He's like, hey, just save me. He's like, I'll tell you whatever you want. Because like he's old, he's scared of dying, you know. Yeah. And Mayuri's like, no thanks. And then he just gets dusted right in front of him. It's just like he turns to dust. So Sword and Fan Bount, what is she doing nowadays? What is she?
Oh yeah, that's right.
She dipped out. She hit Rukia. She dipped. She's wrecking a bunch of nameless Shinigami. Kind of same guerrilla tactic thing. And she's about to dome one of them with her sword because the way she does it, like they're hooked by a chain and she kind of throws it.
And
she
pulls
throws
them in and kind of.
She doesn't. I don't think she ever really pulls them in. She just stabs them.
Oh.
Yeah, she doesn't have the Roadhog ability. Just then it gets shot out of the air and Ishida's here. Just what everybody wanted. Everybody was like, where's Ishida? What's he doing? Wish I could see Ishida fight somebody. So here we go. And at that point, that happens. And I think the people behind the Bount arc knew nobody gave a fuck because we cut to Kariya. So he shows up at the R&D department, which Mayuri's out. You know, he's fighting the old man Bount, so it's fucking free takes.
Oh my God. Did he get double played?
Just hop right in. They have not mentioned if he knew that was going to happen, but he does show up when Mayuri's out. And he busts through a wall in the R&D department. Like, you see Nimu and a bunch of researchers, and he just busts a wall, blows a fuck ton of computers. Like, and I just like watched. I was like, man, I hope he wasn't looking for anything on his computers because like he just fucked up about all of those computers. And that's kind of all we see of that for now. Because then we cut back to Ishida and the sword fan Bount chick fighting, and Ishida kind of mentions he's kind of like running away and fighting at the same time.
So guerrilla tactics?
A little bit, but he's like purposely luring her. Like he's running just far enough away so she has to chase him. Because he mentions that his power is starting to grow like a little weaker. And this in particular is having trouble controlling the power of his shots and where they go. Because
he's about to blow up.
Yeah, you would think.
Oh no!
And you know
this
he's
explosion.
like, he's like, oh, I can't control it. What am I gonna do? He does not once mention the fact that he might blow up, but that is a possibility that he might blow up.
So in his mind, he's just like, I know 20-mile radius, so I'm going to.
He is in the middle of the Soul Society at this point.
I'm going to kite some bitch 20 miles out of the Soul Society, so probably like 70 miles at minimum.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but as a human, 70-mile run, that's going to take a few fucking weeks.
Especially if you're growing weaker and having trouble controlling your shots, that might be even worse.
God damn it, Uryu.
So that fight's kind of happening, and I think he does mention something along the lines that, like, he can only kind of do a full power shot every 1 in 3. Like, that's about it. So he's in a bad way. I don't even know why he's trying to fight at this point.
Useless.
So we cut back to Kariya, and he explains to Nemu, who is fucking trapped under rubble at this point. Like, he got blown away, and you see Nemu, like, half under a giant rock.
She's like, hey, I'm
She would have
crushed.
realistically been able to get out of that pretty easily.
Yep.
But he's explaining, hey, I'm looking for the original Bount crest is what he's looking for. And Nemu's like, yeah, I don't know where the fuck that is. It's like, she's like legitimately like, I have no idea. It's like, I don't know what that is. And then Ichigo shows up. And he's like, hey, what are you going to do with that crest, dog? He's like, what are you waiting for?
And then Ichigo shows that he has the crest because he's been about this whole time.
That would have been cool, but that is not the case. Ichigo shows up, asks him what he's doing, and then Kariya's like, well, if you want to know so bad, try and defeat me. But then Kariya just dips. He just disappears. He's just like, yeah, try and defeat me. Boop, and then just disappears.
Whoa, he's gone like the wind.
So Ichigo goes to free Nemu, and he's like, you need to tell us where the crest is. And Nemu's like, no, really, I don't know. It's like, I really don't know where it is. Like, stop asking me.
She's got that demeanor, though, where it's like, oh, yeah, I really don't know.
That's exactly it.
So they just can't tell.
So you find out that Kariya, he basically just went further into the R&D department. He's like, yeah, trying to feed me, and then he just dipped out further into the building. And he goes into, like, a giant vault. He basically busts into, like, a big, like, bank vault-looking thing. And he just walks in. He's looking around like, oh, this has got to be where it is. And then Ichigo shows up again.
Of course.
Into the walkway and appears behind, calls out Kariya, and then immediately goes Bankai. Like, doesn't waste a fucking second. He's
okay, good.
He's like, Kariya, Bankai. It's like,
just in case.
He's learning.
I need a little bit of help.
He's learning. He's not on the point yet, though, where he just keeps it on full blast like the Bankai. But he is learning to just pop it immediately.
That's true. He was Bankai almost the whole time.
Yep.
I think someone figured out like how many episodes straight he was Bankai, and it was like an insane amount.
Damn, fucking Ichigo.
Good for him.
Also, Chad is there. Didn't mention that.
He has been the most useful.
He's the silent killer.
He ran into Ichigo, and Ichigo's like, oh, I sense Kariya because Chad has Nova. So it's like Chad could also sense it. And he was like, yeah, let's go that way. Which, if that was me, I'd be like, Chad, maybe you like...
You want to step back a little bit?
Like,
you want to go hang out with Orihime?
Remember how Uryu was kind of the brains in the beginning half of this season?
Chad has picked it up. Chad has picked it up.
I'd keep him.
So, well, Chad, he goes ahead and fires one of his like blasts at Kariya.
Fist punch.
Kariya dodges and immediately goes to punch Chad in the fucking stomach and sends him flying. Like just...
there was no break?
There's no...
No. It was just like... Bap, and sends Chad flying across the room. And then he tries to finish Chad, but then Ichigo like kind of blocks it.
Don't hurt my friend.
But at this point in time, Chad is pretty much out of the fight.
Yeah.
So Ichigo and Kariya fight a little bit. Yeah, it's not a great showing for Chad. And eventually Ichigo blows a hole in the ground of the vault. And wouldn't you fucking know it? That's where the crest
That's where it is.
That's where the
underground.
Crest is hidden underneath. Kariya heads down to said crest. He does like a weird chant, and then he gets a new tattoo. He takes off his shirt, does a chant, gets a nice new tattoo. So, and he explains that the crest is called Jokai, and it contains incredible powers.
Joe Kaiser?
Yes, Joe Kaiser. So
your dad's a Bount?
And the chamber he's in is where the original experiments to make the Bounts were. So that's why like the crest is still hanging out down there, I suppose. And he's now fused with the crest, so he holds the power to blow up the Serete anytime he wants, just by releasing the energy. So
does he die though?
I am honestly exhausted.
Basically like Ishida, but better.
Yeah.
So Ishida
even when he has something, it's not cool.
Yeah, Ishida can't even get the cool self-destruction bit because Kariya just takes it. He's just like, yeah, I could do that. And so
I would laugh if the crest just blew up Uryu's fucking thing. Like it was funny. A button just to blow it up at any point in time.
It goes boom, and then you see like a tiny boop.
Oh shit, Ichigo died. He was down there.
So Ichigo's up top looking down at Kariya, okay? He still wants to fight, but Kariya's like, yeah, sure, if you attack me if you want, I'll just release the energy. It's like, come on down, dude.
You just brought a Bankai to a fucking
bomb fight, dude.
So he's like, listen, I'm gonna guess you're not gonna do that because you're not stupid. But he's like, I want you to go and pass everybody a message. I'm going to give them a day's grace, and then I'll be back, and I'll fuck you guys up. Oh. So Kariya leaves at that point. He's like, fuck all y'all, leaves.
See, he should have learned from fucking Pain and just
done
it up in the air. And it's like, it's been good, boys.
Yeah.
Almighty push.
Because, like, why would you give somebody a day to prepare? It's like, come on. Like, that's stupid.
Yeah. Well, they have to have meetings,
Yeah, anytime anyone invades you.
So you think that would be the to be continued there, but it's not. Because we got to go back and see what Ishida's doing. What's he up to? How's it hanging? We do. And let me tell you, Ishida is in a crater on the ground. He has been fucked up in a crater on the ground. The Bount, who is the sword and fan chick, she's like, you know what? We do kind of owe him a favor for getting us here, so I suppose we should say thanks. And she goes to leave. She's like, cool, one and done.
Okay.
Cool. And then fucking we hear Ishida start charging his bow, and he's like, "Where do you think you're going?" Fires it at her, and then we get our to be continued, and that's the episode I watched.
Oh, so dramatic, so edge.
Why is he like that?
Could not care less about Ishida in this part.
I agree. I completely agree. Like, Ishida has his moments, but it's just like, eh.
And it's like he's trying, like, I don't know. He was very much a key part of the first half.
Yeah.
Very much.
And he was likable, too.
He was very likable. But this part is like, I do not care. I get the whole thing about, like, it's kind of dumb to me that he has his powers back already.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's one of the things that I think cheapens the later, like, when he eventually gets his powers back.
Yeah.
So it's like, I could have done without him. Like, let's do the Orihime bit and sit him aside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because he is essentially useless.
Yeah.
And he's a bomb.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
keep him 20 miles away from the Sarate.
I have realized in your excerpts that Soul Society sucks dick.
Yes.
Yep.
Bounts aren't really all that bad.
Yeah,
Kariya's a bit of a dick.
They've been abused.
And the main character cast is fucking dumb.
Yes.
Redum.
Yep.
Just fucking dumb. And they should be fucking banished. And Kenpachi shouldn't light up the fucking barbecue.
Light up the barbecue, have a great time.
I said it.
Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate because, like, even the stuff about, you know, like, they fucking exiled Ron Tao for, like, something that wasn't her fault. It was like she was just trying to do some research and it fucked up. And, like, yeah, listen, we're not having you do that anymore. And I think one of the reasons that they did that is because she suggested, she was like, hey, why don't we just let them come back? And it's like, we'll just, like, keep an eye over them and, like, we'll know where they are.
And we could put them down if we need to, you
and
know?
they're like, no, we're not doing that. Fuck you, you're exiled.
No, we didn't make them.
And we're taking your powers too, bitch.
Yeah, what? That's a little rude.
Yeah. So it's like,
Ouch.
and it's like, even the thing when she showed up and did, like, the blue blast, like, Ichigo asked her, like, oh, if you don't have any powers, I do that. She's like, oh, I found other ways, like, to fucking, like, kind of skirt the line a little bit.
I thought she was going to come back as, like, a fucking Quincy.
No. She was just like, I found, like, a way to kind of get a little bit of my power back, but that's about it.
She used her full bring?
Ooh.
You know, Jose, I doubt that's even a glimpse in their mind at this point, but we could write it up to being a full bring. We'll just headcanon that.
I'm almost certain they had a meeting where they're like, hey, look how bad the Bount arc did, so let's bring back some Bount arc things.
Yeah.
What if Soul Reapers who lost their powers shoot? And then they just go off of that.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
So is Fullbring, that's not even really a filler, is it? Because that's
an actual
canon.
arc.
Yeah, that's canon.
That's canon.
Yeah, because they changed it. Yeah, oof. You know what? We also got to remind ourselves, this is filler, and nothing's going to happen. And all these characters are going to live.
Yeah.
All our main characters are
Ron Tao doesn't exist.
It's been pretty good so far, though, because it's like, but there are some things where, like, they keep blowing up parts of the Soul Society, and it's like, man, you guys just fixed those, man.
Yeah.
It's like, you had no breather, and there's stuff of Soul Society still under construction, like, in this arc. Like, there's stuff that they're still building, and it's like, and it gets fucked again. It's like, man.
It's like
I'd be
Stormwind
upset.
City, dude, and WoW.
I'd be fucking pissed if I was on the builder team. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you guys?
At least you have work for days.
Oh, I want to mention, though, that at the end of every episode, they obviously have the scenes for next time, but then they have, like, the
little cone things.
Yeah, the little cone things.
Hey.
They have been fucking fantastic throughout this whole arc. I haven't mentioned any of them, but they've been great because it's twofold. They can do after scenes that directly relate to stuff that happened in the episode because it's filler.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's like they can fucking expand wherever they want. So there was a funny filler after this last episode that I just watched of the in-scene cone bit where you don't see any of the characters. You just see like an opening of a gate. And you hear Chad, Ichigo, and Mayuri. And so Chad and Ichigo are like walking by and Mayuri's like, hey, it's like, can you guys carry me? Because he's been in half.
Yeah, he got cut in half.
They're like, yeah, okay. So they're like, where do we like? How do we
we
carry
pick you up?
They try to pick him up. It's like, ow! It's like not like that. And they're like, well, how are we supposed to carry you? Like, where do we grab?
Yeah.
And he's like, piggyback? It's like,
oh,
and so immediately Chad and Ichigo like, rock, paper, scissors, rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, I love that.
And he's like, if you guys don't want to carry me, you could just say. It's like, it's really good. And there's another one of Unohana talking to Hanatoro. And he's trying to picture the idea of opening a convenience store in Soul Society.
Oh my god, the lad.
He's like, I have tons of experience. I can do this. And like the vice captain, or not the vice captain, the blonde guy who kind of takes all the notes for Unohana is like, just tell him no. Just don't let him do it. And she's like, just make sure to carry beauty cosmetics.
Yeah. Nice.
And Hanatoro's like, yes, we will, definitely. So they've been so good. And it's all, they started with the Bount arc, I think. I don't think it started any other time except for the Bount arc. And they've been amazing.
See, it's not a bad arc.
No,
it's got its
charm.
Well,
I think even if you were someone who hated the Bount arc, if you would go back and just watch the after the credit scenes, you would get a lot of enjoyment after that. Because like there's another one where they have the and I think we did mention this a little bit. They have like the all girls vice captain or like the all lieutenant meeting happening.
Oh yeah.
And like Byakuya shows up to one of them, Mayuri shows up to one of them, and they're just fantastic.
They're just nice little tidbits, yeah.
And like one of them is like Yachiru running the meeting, and she's like, "Okay, we're here to discuss today. Are bananas good for having on the field? Like, is it a good snack?" And everybody's like, "What are we talking about?" And Byakuya's like, "It's a great source of protein."
Great source. I just picture him going, "It's a great source of protein.
So good.
It's got potassium levels. It'll keep you from getting cramps."
Yeah. It's really good. So those have been great. Like I watch those all the time. They're so good. But this 10 little bulk, I think I just crossed into the hundreds. So I'm in 101 or something now.
Okay, so then maybe I don't feel so bad thinking that the Roncar arc didn't come out right after.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
It's a long arc.
Yeah,
very
the
long.
Bount arc takes a long time. It's like, what, 40 episodes or so?
I don't even know. It's a long boy.
Okay, so now we equate that to a weekly release. That's almost a fucking year's worth of
Yeah.
filler.
I mean, Naruto did a 2-year filler.
That's what I'm saying. If
really?
you watched it weekly, it's garbage. But I think all at once, full well knowing, like,
what it is.
Even if I think if you sat someone down and they didn't know that was filler, they would get enjoyment out of it. Like, if we were to sit someone down, like, hey, watch Bleach, you'll have a good time, and we say nothing else, they will like that arc. I think they will like it.
But I feel at a certain point, especially when you start seeing the characters just fuck up so much left and right, you start... What happened to Aizen? What's he doing? He seemed like a really bad guy. Why?
Yeah, but it does make sense to not like
do it right away. Yeah,
they do.
I wouldn't chase after the number one bad guy.
Well, they do end. I think that Aizen thing where they're like, yeah, he's not going to be ready for a long time. It's like they.
Yeah, let's give him time to prepare.
Plus, the Hueco world is different. I think time is different there too.
Yeah, it makes you sexy as fuck.
They put something there where they're like, yeah, it's going to be a while because whatever.
Yeah,
but it like. As someone who has seen the anime, read the manga and stuff, it does suck to not go right into the Ironcar arc because obviously that's
what we're used to.
Spurgs like Josh is want to go straight into it. But it is nice to have a breather there, but it's too long.
It is.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's way too long.
Because this is the third week of Bounce.
And we talked about the Bounce before we even started the podcast.
So this is technically the fourth week, so this is around 40 episodes or so?
That is almost a year's worth of
it's been a long
and it's not almost done. I think
it's got one more week.
We're getting to the climax now.
Yeah,
so
one more week
they're
or
going to come back. They're going to fight.
It could be a classic Josh-esque story, and there is no climax. It's just kind of...
But they're down. They're down. The old man Bount. Ichinose's done. Yeah. So it's like they are down people. They're down.
It only takes fucking 10 episodes a piece.
Yeah,
Fan Lady
still alive as of right now. So.
Oh, Flower Dude.
Flower. Yeah, you said that. So Fan Lady and Kariya and Koga are the only ones that are left right now. So they're down by about half.
Yeah, they killed the twins. They killed the fire chick.
And they ain't no more of them, so they say.
Yep.
So that'll be all of it.
Youch. Big youch.
All right, just like that's all of the podcast. So let's call it there. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That has been the official Bleach Boys podcast number 3. With that, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We'll be doing these every Saturday because I will be watching 10 more episodes all the way until the end.
Yep.
So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.